All right. So we're back again. Another scene. Fifth step to the Red Branch, where Maeve is going to be out at Brooks Rest, following spear training and all that, following training with everyone known to man, Chiminage. After she's done a reasonable amount of her duties, so anything that's left it can be handled by evening. She'll either get a lift over to Brooks Rest or have herself a good long walk, whatever it takes. But she'll eventually get there. She likes the walks. She likes just being out, even if it is kind of scuzzy and raining a lot of the time. Worth it. So yeah, she'll have herself a trot over to Brooks Rest, and honestly, she's gotten kind of a walkabout before, but I think this is the first time she's actually come out there by herself. And while she knows that some of the people she'd like to have a chance to talk to are here, she can't be sure where. So she kind of gets to make a day of, visiting the shops, visiting the pubs, having a walk around, meeting people, shaking hands, getting knickknacks. Just, yeah, she'll have herself a walkabout. See who she bumps into.
I mean, Brooks Rest is a big enough place. And it's not bad. It's you can kind of see most kin, particularly at this area. You can kind of see bits and pieces of kin in the distance. You might see the likes of, say, fucking Pavel. You might even see fucking Sigmund. You might see one of the Silverfang kin. People bustle in and out, but the two people you do see walking together are these two.
I'm not gonna lie, Pavel is at least gonna get a wave in passing because
Pavel's just
majestic.
Pavel waves. He's not gonna be not friendly towards
it. He's fucking majestic. And much the same. I mean, she's not gonna make a weird thing of it, but she spots ladies walking around. We'll, offer a greeting. I'm assuming we are, in fact, on the side of.
Yeah, you're on the safe side.
Yeah. Okay. But we'll offer a greeting and walk up offering the little wave.
Yeah, I mean, they're not polite to you. They know you're a guru. You know what I mean? Please, these ladies are too prim and proper for that. The woman with the kind of blonder, kind of strawy, kind of blonde hair gives a very polite bob, whereas the redhead waves.
Maeve is not especially upset on either account. It's just it's kind of walk over in the afternoon.
I'll put it like this way: when you get a bit closer, you do kind of see the telltale similarities between her and Nuala. Whereas Nuala kind of has more lighter auburn hair. She has that kind of darker auburn, if you get me.
No.
But they have like the same nose structure, except Nuala's eyes are much more vibrant. You know what I mean? All that Theurgeness.
All them little Theurge bits.
Yeah. But I'll put it like this. By the stare alone, the other woman is a MacTig. It's just the way they carry themselves. You know what I mean?
Dude, they got a certain kind of muted intensity about them.
Mm-hmm. But it's the redhead woman that speaks first. Hello.
Hi.
She shakes her hand. Very, very quite genial.
I'm Maeve. I've kind of seen both of you in passing. I've never had a chance to actually talk to you, though.
Oh, well, I am Taylor. This is Eve, but Eve, that she's Francesca on Tuesdays.
Well, there's like the what?
Eve just gives the most blank stare of all time. That doesn't help with the fact.
Oh my god. Let me get these both pulled up so I don't forget who the fuck I'm talking to. All right. There we go. Well, afternoon to both of you. I Just thought I'd come out and actually meet some of the people I've missed.
Well, hello.
Oh, hello.
You're the little one, you're the little Spriggan that Dula mentioned.
Very possibly. It's a quirk of a smile.
Oh, my sister wouldn't fail to mention a little fucking adorable thing like you pinches your cheek.
She does a little hand wave, the bleh! But I mean, it's adorable as opposed to it anyway. You know,
Oh, yeah, it's not trying to be
aggressive.
mean. You know what I mean? She's actually quite cheery.
No, Maeve doesn't mind that at all. Oh, yeah, it's just the bleh. I have actually enjoyed the couple times I've gotten to really sit down to talk to Nula.
She's a bit of an oddball, but you know, don't tell her I said that, otherwise her feelings will get hurt. She
I
gets
would
very
never.
sensitive. Her feelings gets very sensitive. Then she gives out to me, and I give out to her, and then her mom twacks us over the back of the head.
Yeah, sounds like about how it goes.
Well, duh.
Grin. Oh, I love it.
Well, it's good. Are you walking this way?
If you don't mind the company.
Oh no, I don't give a fuck. What about you, Eve? It's fine with me.
Would it be nosy of me to ask what brought you out to Brooks Rest?
Shopping? No, she's like, no. I'm kidding. We were what were we doing, Eve? She next looks over.
Eve's just like, why are you like this?
Eve is just like, I fucking. Do you know what I mean? We were just coming back from some family business. I decided to bring Taylor because she's a delight. Taylor does a little victory pose, like, yeah.
I can
I
see
am.
why.
But no, we were having a meeting among certain people. After all, with the events of what's transpiring, I wanted to make sure, as much as Lady Mochnessa likes to integrate herself with the kin, I do as well.
And how are you doing with all that?
Well, how do you expect we are doing? We have lost a very vital socialite and a very old figure. Her family, while Shadow Lord, she was married to another figure of repute. And while her daughter may be a Shadow Lord, that Viana side of the family is all but gone. It is a very sad time.
It is. I know it's been something of a shock to about everyone.
Well, of course, these things come to a shock as always, but we will do our best to make sure that the sept stays firm.
Of course. I'd never think anything less.
The nod.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, she'll just take up walking with them because she doesn't want to slow them down. But at the same point, she's trying to figure out where to get her kind of real in with either of them.
I mean, Eve walks at your pace, so she's not outpacing you. Fucking Taylor bips around like a fucking disco ball.
That's beautiful. Dave will stay composed, if only because if she starts frolicking around, Eve might actually think she has to do the same, and that would just be rude.
Eve's just like, ugh. Do you know what I mean? You get the impression if she saw you frolicking around, there was just the level of judgment on her face. So you get that vibe.
Oh, thankfully she can restrain herself enough to just kind of like keep an eye as Taylor's like flitting around, and I mean, she certainly enjoys the show of just energy. And
you'll see Taylor flip off Pavel. Pavel flips her off back. You know what I mean? It seems to be that type of rivalry. You know, you hear her shout, "I'm not involved in this, Pavel. No, you're not involved in this." She looks back at Maeve giggling.
Pretty familiar with Pavel then?
Oh yeah, do a lot of business with Pavel. Sometimes it goes good and sometimes it goes well. I'm not involved in this. He loves me.
What?
He loves me, really.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure
Oh, he
he's
does.
involved in this as much as humanly possible.
Oh, he likes to think he is.
Oh, he's been wonderful.
Oh, he's just a stubborn old Shadow Lord who thinks he's involved in everything. He's really not. I am. Wink.
Oh, little did I know.
That's right. All I need to do is pull off this perfectly perfumed face, and I am indeed the Irish Pavel. I'm involved in this.
You know, how are we ever going to know if you don't walk around just declaring it all the time?
Because who declares that they're involved in things? Duh.
Pavel does, clearly.
Yeah, that's because he's a fucking idiot.
Maybe it's just so we'll take our guard down.
Exactly. But I mean... And you're here, Eve, so how have you been?
It's been an interesting, well, week or so. But, well, overall.
I trust it's not been too much of a culture shock for you. My cousin Oshin did say it was something for you to get used to.
Maeve isn't going to mask like a sheepish smile. There's been a lot that requires adjusting to, but it's adjustments I've been happy to make and things I've been happy to learn. It's just the learning curve is one of those where you don't know how out of depth you are until you're there. I don't know what always to expect, so I can't always prepare adeptly in advance. But I suppose that's the difference in coming where I come from. But I do love it here. She does look up because the Brooks Rest is beautiful.
It is a fine sept.
It is.
I'm glad that you're appreciating it. It took me a bit to fully appreciate the ins and outs of the place when I came here first.
How is it different from where you came from?
I came from Tri-Spiral originally.
Much bigger?
Much more. The Sept of the Red Branch has more of the classical Fianna nobility. Tri-Spiral, look over. It is more rooted in the deep, old world of the tribe.
So even deeper into the histories.
Yes, while I'm not saying that this place does not, it has a fine history.
Mhm.
But in terms of the ancient roots of the tribe, it's more Tri-Spiral likes to make its bed.
It sounds...
Give me a perception alertness, actually, man.
Mm-hmm. Happily. Make sure I'm in the right place for it. One.
You will spot something on the back of her neck as you're walking. You know, the breeze catches it. That is a tattoo, and that looks Wodic. Starting at the base of her neck, going down.
Yep, Maeve is suppressing the urge to geek. Intensely. Like, to the point where, like, let's be honest, there might be that moment of, like, she catches sight of it, and it's just, you can see the suppressing geek levels face. Really?
Yeah, Eve turns and just looks you dead on. Oh, do you know what I mean?
Sorry, it just sounds like everything I've been ever excited to read about. Just more real.
I'll save yourself for this. Often, many a case that people wish they were somebody else. You were at the home of a very honored family. On an honored sept, built on the ruins of an ancient place. The blood here is strong. Don't forget that.
Not for a moment. I can't.
Good. I'm glad, Maeve. I like to see that even with the youngest Cleats that I've met, they still maintain the idea of glory, oaths, and blood.
And it's funny because when she says that, she means it. I mean, every time she looks out and sees like fucking castles, she can't forget where she is.
I'll put it like this: the way she drops that man, oh, glory, oaths, and blood.
Pretty fucking intense, not gonna lie.
Give me an academics.
Sure. Am I doing intelligence?
Yeah.
Whew. Oh, Maeve. Should have gone to school for longer. Homeschool's
more
not
to-
helping you right now.
More to do with Guru history. So you get one. That's the MacTaig words. Glory, oath, blood.
I don't think I could look out over this place or over this sept and ever forget.
Excellent. Just gives a small. You get it, Maeve. MacTaig brownie points.
Aw.
I mean, it's brief. You know what I mean? Just get the yes. Good.
Good.
I'll put it like this. Out of all the kin you've seen, apart from, I think, to be honest, Fiona and a little bit of Angela, she's the one that, like, you see, I believe Maeve has realized that some of the kin even are like their houses. You know what I mean? The nobles.
Yeah.
Fiona is a perfect example of kind of a regal lion. Angela's a fierce flame. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they exemplify their families. Of course they do.
In terms of the, like, Oshin is too. You see Oshin, he's proud. You know what I mean? Sonia, that's a hammer. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Steel. Oshin has that kind of similarities, but Eve, I mean, you would swear she's Rory's kid. You'd swear up and down, one of Rory's, just by the intensity, or even better, True Catcher.
I've actually been very lucky. I've been availing myself of your family's library extensively since I got
Good.
here.
It is quite an extensive collection.
It's beautiful. It's every subject and thing I could ever think to ask questions about.
I'm honored that you would visit my family home. It's such a storied name.
And I'm grateful that you've, time and again, your family's offered me that hospitality, that welcome.
Well, I believe my cousin Rory said it best. We will always teach those who wish to be taught.
I imagine you must end up teaching a lot of people. You don't stop learning until you decide that there's nothing left to learn, and that's kind of a fool's errand, really.
You hear like Nuala lean over Eve's shoulder, but then again, always new information is always a good thing.
You have never learned enough that there isn't more to learn.
Nod. I'll put it like this: the way, particularly Eve walks, it's like watching a stag prance around a forest, Maeve.
Yeah.
So, evil look over. I take it you're here for more than just socializing. She said with a smile.
Truth be told, at least for now, it's just kind of. I've realized I've met some of the kin, and I've managed to get on fairly well with those, and it seems kind of wrong of me to leave all of my attention in one place and to not make the effort to meet more.
Well, that is good. I am glad you're adapting. I heard you performed well at the ball.
It was a great deal of fun.
Unfortunately, I could not attend. She just lets out a breath. I was busy helping some of the other kin with some other issues.
Gonna pee and eat the poop out of that. Because I know that guest list was small.
It was.
That is a poopy roll and only one success.
I'll put it like this: it speaks to the rivalry, but probably between her and Fiona. Fiona didn't invite her. She invited Oisin instead.
Ooh. Yeah, no, there's just I'm sorry you couldn't make it.
I am too. It would have been an honor to meet you in such a regal place.
I suppose this isn't quite as regal a setting, but it sure is more natural.
Oh, it is, but she leans over. Forgive me for saying, you're a Macfion. It's kind of a hope that you would meet a Macfion in court. She smile. And the other one leans to your left-hand side. You know, since you're like the big family. Big family. You know, I think Eve is having a wet dream about it.
The bit of a cheeky smile when Taylor leans in, just, oh, you are keeping me afloat here, man. I love you. I'm sure there'll be more opportunities. I hope.
Oh, most certainly.
I hope I continue to
you see
perform
Taylor
as well.
You just hear Taylor just nod like, oh yeah. I understand that you took good care of one of my family members before her passing.
There's kind of an open glance.
Cara MacTighe was a member of my house. I did not meet her, unfortunately. Well, I saw her going around the house, but you know how it is. She gives a kind of, she seems, I'll give you this for free. She does seem like, fuck, I probably should have tried to talk to her more. You know what I mean?
Because now I don't have the opportunity and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of literally that expression on her face. She's not trying to be conceited. It's just like, do you know what I mean? She feels bad. You know what I mean?
I wish I could have done more.
Well, perhaps we can do more together in honoring her memory by getting to know each other.
I'd like that.
Oh yeah, she just gives a very genial little smile. And Taylor leans in. Taylor leans over with a big smile on her face. Like, yes.
Taylor's silly shit is, yeah. Every time she leans over, it just quirks a little bit of a grin out of May if she can't help it. That energy level is amazing.
Yeah, Taylor just seems very happy-go-lucky, very bubbly. As opposed to, say, like Angela, who's all fiery, you know what I mean? She just seems very easygoing.
So, dare I ask if you actually frequent any of the pubs and things out here?
Every now and again, yes. Taylor nods like, oh yeah. I've gone drinking with Murtagh many times. Taylor smirk. Have you heard his battles?
I have heard that the stories are truly astounding.
Oh, they're not really. It's the same battle, just a different variation.
Is it?
I don't know. I fall asleep usually.
There's like the head, like kind of up to cover the smile. Like I probably shouldn't be laughing, but this is amazing. Does he really take a pose every time?
Yes. I wake up when he's mid posing.
That's
I think he forgets that I'm asleep and just keeps going in the vain hope that his tale of mighty glory will wake me up. It doesn't. It never has. It never will. Even Eve, just you can see the small smirk on her face.
And he keeps trying.
Oh yes. Much to Nula's horror.
Oh no. She can just imagine Nula being like, "No!"
Stop it! Slapping him.
Oh dear. Well, I have yet to witness it myself, but I have heard that he is quite the storyteller when he is drunk enough.
Well, perhaps you should experience it someday. We can share it in our mutual sleepiness.
How can you fall asleep when he's so loud?
It's quite easy. And give me a perception alertness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, that sound means I'm unhappy. What have you done? Only one.
Only one?
Only one.
You'll see her walking towards one of the houses.
Like her house or another one?
Her house.
Oh, okay.
But I'll put it like this, Maeve. Taylor is all right with it, but
Yeah, I imagine it's just something she catches in the periphery.
the eye narrow and the glare. Like that's a glower. You know what I mean?
So, dare I ask what stories anyone uses to try to get your attention? Looking over at Eve, just trying to, hey, look, a change of subject, because she imagines Eve is given all manner of attention, whether she wants it or not.
Eve will look over. Competency and honor. Evil. She just keeps walking ahead. Fucking Taylor will lean over. Eve is very picky. Don't mind her. She's really she's nice. She just carries a lot, Just don't have a cow.
Hello.
And plus, with the trader over there, you know what I mean? Well, trader in her mind. She clarifies, you know what I mean? Which is an important thing. She did clarify.
I'll let Taylor catch the little, it's a fleeting little look of discomfort, because she hates to think that kind of thing is still lingering, but she's not going to make a deal out of it. It's just, if Taylor is willing to say that and make that clarification, yeah, it's just that. Oh.
She puts her arm on her. Come on, short stuff.
So where are we headed?
Oh, we were walking home. I don't know where you're going.
I am going where you're going, I guess.
Are you sure you're walking all the way back to Sept?
Well,
that's where Eve is heading.
I suppose I would be remiss. And she proceeds to, just kind of playfully take a little courtly gesture. I would be remiss to let you all come alone. It's playfully.
To what?
I've kind of been getting like walked about everywhere, even as a guru. So I figure why not?
I mean, all right. She just gives a shrug, like, this is the impression, like, yeah.
And she'll walk at least. She'll at least initially start walking with them because fuck it.
Eve will also, no, Taylor, sorry. Eve kind of walks ahead. She takes a brisk nod, glare at the Lady McNamara, who gets into her home pretty sharply. But Taylor will explain, since what Christopher did to Kara, there has been I wouldn't say an unease of tension between the Mocktaig and the McNamara, if you get me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's striking at each other, but you know what I mean. The kin are, you know what I mean.
They are definitely opinionated for their own team.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor is a banner house, and she even says that. She kind of plays like her sister, the neutral card. But she doesn't go near them because she doesn't want to offend the MacTop. You know what I mean? But in terms of her own viewpoint, neutral. Much like her sister. She kind of does her best to stay out of it.
Yeah. You know what? Since they are walking back a bit, she will glance over to Taylor and just be like, how has everyone been doing since what happened? I know a lot of people have taken to staying inside.
People are suspicious. It's a thing you need to be suspicious of. People are worried. Now, some of the crew have been very good, and some have been absent, but they are doing their job, so we're not going to nod, She nods, like, kind of gives the, people have shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we are worried. Of course we're worried. Wouldn't you be worried? I think you are worried.
I am
You're worried, right?
I'm definitely worried.
Well, Eve has... I'll put it like this. It doesn't look good that it happened in the Macnessa. They're the ones leading this place. And a dead team turns up in their place. I mean, I like them. I particularly like Daniel. He's fucking gorgeous. But he's also...
Faint smile.
He's also a good kid. And his father has led this step since longer than I've been born. And I kind of hope they don't fall by the wayside because of this, whatever the fuck this is.
I'm sure we'll come to that.
You can P&E Taylor. She's watching Eve walk ahead. I will say this for what you notice about Eve. Eve does stop and greet some kinfolk by name, which is pretty impressive. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of kin, okay?
Yeah.
Just one.
She is, I'll put it like this, with one success, who do you think is trying to hungrily come after positions among kin? Who, like, ding, 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 you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she's not, and again, it's not for bad reasons. It's just, wouldn't you do it as a Fianna if you felt like your leadership was failing? You know what I mean? It's very nervous. And again, she's not doing this out of maliciousness.
No, it's just that's what you do.
Yeah.
No, she just, again, it's the whole, I'm sure it won't come to that.
I hope not. I keep on the neutral, I don't like the infighting.
Well?
But I won't. My family swore, so I won't compromise that.
No, of course. Of course not.
I wouldn't ask anybody to do the same. You know what I mean? It's just decency.
Exactly. Well, maybe you could help me?
Mm-hmm.
Something I'd actually really like to do.
What?
I know everyone has been shaken up by what happened, and I thought it'd be really nice to get some of the girls out, especially the ones who've been staying in so much in the wake of it. Give them a place to come and meet up and just talk to each other.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, I could talk to Eve and definitely Oshin. I imagine he'll talk to Fiona McNessa. And somebody will bring the McCarthys.
I'll talk to Angela.
You know Angela?
Yes, I do.
Just a nod, like, whoo. She's a live wire, isn't she?
She is.
Yep.
But especially those who have been sitting higher in the different families, when things like this happen, you've got to be so careful about everything you do and say. I was
I
thinking
think
about
it
something
could,
soon.
it could be a good occasion to reinforce bonds of allianceship. So, I'll talk to Eve about it and we'll see what the story is. She just kind of gives that nod.
Yeah, there's just, I mean, honestly, it's a very grateful little smile because, let's face it, Taylor knows Eve better. Maeve will need more time to get to know her any better than this. So
I'll say this. If you want to help me out, make the effort of visiting kin. You know what I mean? Like, even just stopping by with something, like, show Eve that you're serious about your intention. That'll help the sales pitch.
oh,
Just gives a nod, like that little noddle.
I was
And
earnest.
the
about
reason I'm helping you out so willingly is because, well, Nula said you're good people.
I'm glad.
Well, yeah, no, Nula said you're lovely. And so you're okay. So she's my sister. And so you're okay.
I appreciate it.
And look at those pinches of cheeks.
Snickers, because, God damn it.
But yeah, let me catch up with Eve and you go and be the Fiona. You know what I mean? She starts quickly running up to Eve. Like, hey, buddy.
Yeah, Maeve will offer a bit of a wave, and honestly, at that point, we'll let the two girls engage. If Eve does glance back, there'll be a polite kind of wave, like, I'm gonna head back into town type thing.
Oh yeah, no, Eve does the polite little bob of the head. It was lovely to meet you and all that. She's not rude. You know what I mean? It's just I have kin to see and woof and you know what I mean. And you're talking to her anyway, so
Yeah, no, she will let them go and probably, honestly, head back into town because most of the kin do most of their hanging out there. Like, there are a lot of kin on Sept, but that's usually business town for them.
Where are you going?
Oh, once she's walked through and done some waving and whatnot. Who all is out and about to, have an eye on what she's about?
I mean, some people give you the casual way, but most are just going about their day to day. You know what I mean? Like, Brooks Rest is always a hustle and bustle place. So like they're like, oh, it's Maeve. Hello, Maeve. You know what I mean?
Yep, she'll probably head back around to let's face it, she gonna go check on Elena.
You knock on the door, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she just comes up and, it's a polite little knock.
Yeah, no, she opens the door.
Afternoon.
Oh, hello.
Apologies for coming by unannounced. I just wanted to see if you were doing all right, see how your day was.
Yeah, everything's fine.
I just know there's been a lot of kerfuffle, and I have no idea how it impacts things out here, but I did want to make sure you and yours were all right.
We're just keeping our head down, you know what I'm saying?
I understand. Is there anything I could do for you?
Oh, no, not really. We're just, me and the little one are, enjoying our privacy. Chris stops by every now and again, so, it's nothing horrific, We just keep on keeping on. She gives a smile.
No, it's not. I just hate to see people cooped up inside.
Oh,
I thought if there was anything I could do to brighten it up, I would.
well, I mean, I'm fine. I'm watching the soaps if I'm being honest.
It's a smile.
But I know the little lasses, you know. Well, she doesn't really go out that often.
Yeah, I can imagine why. Is that a snort, sir?
Mm-hmm. But like I said, if you want to come in, I mean, she's upstairs.
I don't want to be rude.
I mean, I'm not invited. I mean, if like I said, you know, she kind of just gives that like, you know what I mean? I don't know what you want from me, but if you want to come in, we can. It would be cool to have my teenage daughter, you know.
Yeah, she gets, once she realizes earnest offer and not an awkward one, she'll.
No, it's earnest. Like, if you want to come in, you can come. You know, it's very genial. You know what I mean? Elena's always very polite.
You know what? Fuck it. She'll accept. Sweetly enough.
She's upstairs and it's on the right.
Oh.
Just give a knock.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Just give it a smile.
Then yeah,
Just to head into the kitchen.
there's just the quirk of a grin, and she'll take her shoes off like a good girl, and
Oh,
yeah, that's right. And go ahead to head up the steps.
well, yeah. It's your typical upstairs, little small. It's small. You know what I mean? Nothing great. It's teeny.
It's teeny, but it's very homey.
Yes. So you knock on the door. Do you say anything?
I'm not sure. Let me figure out, because God, I can't remember the last time I just visited a friend's house, like back when we were young enough to be living with our folks.
I mean, you know, you and Myrn are both 18, so.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I'm trying to remember being 18, man. It was a long time ago. So yeah, probably just the little rap at the door, and I mean, just so she knows who it is, or knows it's not her mother or her brother. It's the Maureen. It's Maeve.
Took a couple of seconds, and then the door, there's like a slow click. And she opens the door and
Just wanted to check in, see how you're doing.
she doesn't say anything. She just kind of watches you with that. I wouldn't say it's a sus stare. It's more, if anything, this is the most accurate picture of it.
What? Yeah, it's a kind of a surreal experience for Maureen, I'm sure, to have a fucking McAfee on your show be like, "Hey, just wanted to make sure you were cool." Shit.
She doesn't really say anything. She just kind of gives first of all, she gives the polite bobble of the head. You know what I mean? Because you're a Gru.
You don't have to humor me if you don't want to, but I did want to see that you're doing okay.
And when she speaks, she has a very like light tone to her voice. It's lighter than Christopher's, but man, her eyes. I mean, you see, I'll put it like this: to feel jarred, Maeve, the red stag and the banner, you know, the fucking painting of the McNamara founder. Him, and Morn have all the same eye color.
Yep. That stare, though.
In fact, Murren looks more like the founder than Chris does. They both have that kind of that's you know what I mean, that kind of vigil. Then she'll say in a very light tone, "Did my mother bring you over?"
She invited me in.
Then she doesn't. You can tell she's making sure that she hides her emotions. If you get me, I'll give you that for free.
It's okay. If you don't want to talk, I can just go.
It would be rude to refuse her at my doorstep. She takes a step to the side.
Ooh.
Hospitality.
I mean, being invited into the house seems like a whole different scale than being invited into her room. But
Yep. Hospitality.
ooh. Yeah, she will gingerly step in, very polite about it. I hope I'm not interrupting anything or invading unduly.
No.
I just haven't seen you around in a while. I'm worried about you.
I don't go outside that often. And you look around the room, and it's like your typical 18-year-old's room. Posters of bands and drawings and a lot of little wooden carvings. Obviously, she's into that sort of shit. You know what I mean? A bit of leather work. Sorry, not wooden. A lot of like stitching, like leather work.
Yeah, with leather, you can do little carvings. You can even,
Mhm.
if you want to do the hand stitching, they've got like things for dolls. And
Yeah,
what
pretty much kind of a lot like that.
would she recognize any of the bands, especially?
Um, let me double check. 2003. Oh, let me double check that fucking shit. There are the following bands which were huge. Evanescence is there because that was massive at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There is some Nirvana. There is a lot of the grunge stuff because let's be real, it was only 2003. You know what I mean? Grunge has only been 10 years old at this point. Linkin Park, because they were huge. You know what I mean? Fleetwood Mac. A lot of Fleetwood Mac posters. Big, huge poster Stevie Nicks. And The Cure.
Sorry, I'm taking a look to see how familiar she'd be with any.
I imagine Maeve would know Fleetwood Mac.
Let me. Oh, yes. Okay. I had to look and see what all songs they were, and I recognize these covers immediately from the ones you've been linking me. Yeah, there's definitely like a straight glance to the Fleetwood Mac poster because it's like, oh, that's one I know. Haha! I'm not completely out of the loop. Though she'll glance to like all the leather dolls and whatnot. Does she like what kind of style does Morin keep her room?
It's kind of like bedroom at the very far by the window. Do you know what I mean? Like the bed. And then everything else is kind of like an open scape. She has limited space, so she tries to make up for it as much as she can by putting the biggest object in the room, which is the bed, at the very back corner.
Does she have the leather tools out there, like just on
the
something?
on like a dresser, like on the desk.
Yeah, they're just glancing around, and just finally when she realizes the tools are there too, it's Oh, did you make these? She hasn't touched anything. She's being polite.
Nod of the head.
That's fantastic. Back in New York, she kind of glances over as she, looking at one of them politely, but glances over. Back in New York, the whole leather working's kind of considered a lost art over there. Not a lot of people do it anymore.
My father taught me.
They look great.
Hmm?
They look great.
They could be better.
Well, I'm sure it'll come with time.
Probably.
I just. Sorry, this probably seems really abrupt. I've just been doing training with your brother more and more now, and I still haven't seen you. And I remember when I was fairly new, you were nearby him some of the time.
I don't go to SIP very often.
Well, you've been missed.
Have I?
Hmm?
Peony.
Two.
She doesn't believe you.
John worries about you too.
Who?
My alpha.
The one that pulled me out of the wreckage during the brawl?
Yeah.
Nod.
I think we're the only two with the really blatant American accent.
Yes.
There's kind of the quirk of a
Again, I give for you too. She doesn't believe you. She's not being hostile. It's the way her. You can see you've been around Chris long enough to tell by the calls. You know what I mean? And again, she's not like, oh, fuck you, Maeve. It's just like, oh, I'm sure you do. You know what I mean? It's not, she's trying, and she's not being insulting towards you. It's just when you're treated like they are.
Exactly.
Would you believe you? You know what I mean?
No, exactly. Which is why Maeve's not calling her out or acting super weird about it. Of course she doesn't. If it wouldn't be super rude or weird to ask, what do you get up to? If you're not on Sept and not off and out, surely there's something you enjoy doing? A hopeful glance. She doesn't necessarily expect an answer, but she can hope.
So that's about getting a bit garbled for me.
It was basically that, surely there's something you enjoy doing.
I mean, she kind of just glances at the leatherwork tools.
Yeah, she'll follow the glance. And finally kind of look around at all the little odds and ends. And what's the biggest piece you've ever made?
I helped my brother adjust one of his leather breastplates. I have designs onto it.
The quirk of a smile, because let's face it, Maeve's kind of, again, she's from New York. It's considered kind of a lost thing to them. So it's just like, oh, that's really cool. Quirk of a grin. That's awesome. I have seen. I mean, before here, I've seen reenactors wear armor, like in the movies, but I've never seen functional armor until I came here. That's really cool. Are any of the pieces like dyed, or are they all just kind of natural toned leather?
Natural toned. She keeps it that way so they don't die.
Wait, what?
She basically natural tones it because she doesn't. You could ask her, but she natural tones it.
Well, she'll glance around. Not a big fan of dyed colors, I guess.
I like the natural tones depending on what I want to use it for. I used dyed for my brother's armor because it felt more suitable, but natural tone seems more real.
Fair enough. Well, just looking around, like, oh, that's pretty fucking legit. Have you ever taken, commission work?
No,
Hmm.
nobody would want that.
If they did, would you say no?
What?
If someone did.
No.
Was that no as in she wouldn't do it, or no as in she wouldn't say no?
No, she wouldn't do it. No, that's a hard no.
Yeah, there's just a, oh. Okay.
I've already seen what comes when stepping out of line arrives.
A little tip of the head.
Considering what was done to my brother.
Did someone tell you couldn't?
No. But my brother was attacked. People are talking about the old stories again. I don't feel safe. I'm not a guru like my brother is.
Oh. I know people are scared right now, and people are going to do whatever they think will make them feel safe, even if it's not the right thing to do. Is there anything that I could do that help you feel safer?
No. You can be neat if you want.
I'm gonna. Maeve, I need you to get on the ball with these fucking rolls. These have been fucking tragic today.
There you go.
Thank you.
4 successes. She doesn't believe there's not a single thing you can do that can make her feel safe, considering who she is and what she is. Not from the guru, and with 4, not from the spirals themselves. That is fear. Pure, unadulterated terror you glimpse in those eyes for the briefest of seconds.
there's the glance at the eyes, and I
Again,
mean her expression softens down a little.
I'll put it like this: the reason why you got success, you're learning to read the eyes. It's the eyes that are the most. You know what I mean?
But that family, fuck yeah. Yeah, there's the glance up. She catches it. The expression does soften some. I'm sorry. I wish there was.
What are you sorry for? Were you one of the people that hurt Chris?
No.
Then you have no need to apologize.
I just wish there was anything I could do that would make you feel even a little bit safer.
My safety was taken away a long time ago. And then seeing my brother violently attacked by the people at his back.
Was she there for the challenge with Kara?
No. She hasn't been seen on Sep since. I'll put it like that, Maeve. She hasn't come to Sep since. I mean, you imagine when all shit was going off, they came and checked to see where Murren was. You know what I mean? To make sure she's safe, but she hasn't gone on Sep voluntarily since.
I can see why you wouldn't want to go somewhere that you don't feel safe.
Would you feel safe if you were me?
No.
And then you have your answer. And I'll put it like this: it probably breaks your heart because Elena comes in with tea and all that, and the girls are getting a lot, and then pops back. I'll put it like this, Maeve. For Elena, someone has been in Murren's room other than Chris.
Aw.
Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine how happy she is?
Oh, Mom.
So that brief interlude there, just for your heart and the heartstrings.
Yeah, and I mean, Maeve will, put her face back together a little bit, and you greet Elena with a smile, and we'll accept tea and all that.
Even gets you little chocolate bars and all that.
Yeah, it's a lot of the very. I mean, she's earnest. That's the thing. Like Morn will see, she doesn't put on a fake face. She just kind of pulls herself back together because she just wants her mom to be happier.
Mm-hmm. Elena leaves you two girls to it. You know what I mean?
Yep. And assuming it is there like anywhere to sit really besides like the edge of her bed or
there's like a chair. There's like a chair by her. You imagine, but that's what she sits in when she's doing her work. By the desk.
Yeah.
And little roller chairs.
Yeah, it will. She won't even take it necessarily without glancing over and asking, "Do you mind if I?"
Murren nods her head. Murren has not sat down. She just stood up, kind of just facing against one of the walls by her posters, and just watching you the entire time.
Well, she will sit.
In a way,
super relaxed.
In a way, Maeve, for your just to kind of, because you got 4 success in your empathy, and I want to kind of help you with this. Imagine if Jane could verbally speak. That's what it's like.
Imagine if.
Jane.
Oh,
It's very guarded. Do you know what I mean?
it is, and let's face it. If she's kind of keeping her back to a wall, yeah, she's being very defensive.
Yeah, incredibly.
Not aggressive, just very defensive.
Yeah, she's not hostile. Just subtly defensive.
And yeah, she will sit with tea and whatnot because I mean it's been brought up here, and Mom will know if no one has drunk the tea. So she has herself a sit. I wouldn't blame you if you said you'd rather not, but do you mind me visiting? Would you mind if I came back sometime?
Who are you to my brother? You're not his pack.
No. Just
And again, it's that subtle. I'll put it like this: she is not. I'll give you this. Mern is no way trying to be hostile towards you,
No,
right?
of course not. She's not taking it that way.
But you can feel it. That little accusatory tone, subtle. You know what I mean? It's suspicion more than accusatory. Suspicion.
Dude,
This-
she has had an entire sept picking on her family for
Yeah,
most
10
of
years.
her
Yeah,
life.
10 years. Yeah, since she was 8 years old.
Yeah, for over half of her life. Maeve isn't going to hold it against her that she's defensive or that she's suspicious.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, it's still because your empathy score is high enough, and you've been dealing a lot with like the likes of Jane and the likes of these people. The suspicion in her voice, it's almost like being hit by a whip. You know what I mean? But it's not hostile. Like it's not like go fuck yourself. It's just whoa. Do you know what I mean?
I like to think I'm his friend, though that's something I imagine you'd rather hear from him.
Yes. Yes, I would.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be rude.
No, of course not. I may be really new, and I wasn't here for a lot of the things that have happened. But I can still see the effects, and it's okay if you want to talk to Chris first. And make sure you feel safe. I'm not going to be mad at you for wanting to be secure.
The woman who led the attack on my brother, she was in your pack, wasn't she?
She was.
Nod. Do you agree with what she did?
No. No, I have been working very hard to undo the
Charisma,
damage she did.
expression. Sell it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're gonna. I normally, if that hadn't happened, I would have let it slide. But you gotta sell it.
Don't blame her. On the bright side, at least I get my peanut butter.
You each get your peanut butter and jelly, but sell it. I'm gonna put this at difficulty 7, just because of the circumstances, in order to be fair. But you have a good dice pool, so I'm just gonna bump the diff just because, like, let's be real. You would be if you and I were in Mern's position, we'd be sus as fuck. So
Yeah. And honestly, even with like the notable heritage, this normally being diff 8 makes sense. So say it's diff 7.
I'm going to keep this at diff 7. All right, beautiful. That is
That
a good roll. Still a good roll.
Surprisingly good.
Yeah, it's still a good roll.
It's
So I
like
think
it comes across as very earnest as she says, I have not only does she say no, but I have earnestly been trying to undo the harm that she did by taking actions like that. We did not, none of us agreed with what she did.
there's a nod. Again, she doesn't relax in any way, but it's a nod. It's a confirmation of, okay, I believe you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Then I will. Okay.
I'll make sure you have plenty of chance to talk to him before I try to visit again. I understand.
Nod.
But thank you for letting me in, especially before you knew any of that.
It's hospitality. This is my room.
It is.
If I was to refuse, I would be insulting you.
You are in no way forced to grant hospitality, especially if someone makes you feel unsafe. You're not beholden to me to give me this.
Peony. Here it comes, Maeve.
Oh boy.
Get your heart ready.
Nope. It's not ready. Only 2.
2 successes. She lets people in and be's all genial. Why? What is she used to hearing? If they appear like Murren appears to be all willing to cooperate and look and search and do all that, what are people less likely going to believe? That she's hiding something.
Yeah.
It is what you are witnessing, Maeve. 2 successes is a defense mechanism. Open so you can show everything and they won't suspect me of hiding something, which means they won't question me or they won't think I'm guilty of something that I'm not guilty of. It's a defense mechanism you're witnessing.
Yeah. And she's starting to realize that. And she finally does, set the teacup back down.
Because I'll add some more.
Mhm.
To Murren, this feels like an interrogation. Now, it's not coming across that way, what Maeve is doing, but to Murren, she doesn't know you from Adam. Do you know what I mean? Like, here's the thing. Do you know what I mean? That I'll add on with 2 successes. She has seen you a couple of times. You've been nice and friendly. She's heard about what your pack has done. Sean helped her out with the situation to get her out of the way, but Murren has no reason to trust you. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Chris has, and that's a big thing. That's why she probably maybe even was a bit more supportive of letting you in, so you could see that. You know what I mean? It's almost like, all right, my brother trusts you, so I'm going to take the risk and let you in, and hopefully you don't. You know what I mean? But it's more, I am standing at my room where you can see everything that I'm doing, so you don't suspect a fucking goddamn thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I am sure she's used to actual searches and shit. Maeve hasn't touched anything except the chair.
That's what's wigging her out. You can tell. She's so used to people just opening her drawers and looking inside.
That is fucked up and terrible.
I mean,
it's her reality, but it's fucked up and terrible.
Mm-hmm. Now, granted, you do know the True Catcher's kind of put a stop to that. You know he has, but I imagine that went on for a long time. You know what I mean?
And you know what? Him putting a stop to it doesn't mean people came over to say hi. It just means that the search has stopped.
Yeah. And with all the suspicion now, you can imagine why she's tense.
Yeah. So she kind of nods and she thinks about it a second. And you can tell she's just thinking. She isn't staring at Morin. She isn't staring at any of her stuff. If anything, she sets the tea down. She kind of looks at her hands, thinks about it for a second. Well then, I will give you my word as a Macfian, right here and now, that I will never make you beholden to giving me hospitality, and that I will never press the matter if you do not want my company. I will just leave, and I will understand. But I will never try to force you to see me or to let me into your home.
She swallows, like visibly. Like you've put her on the spot, Maeve. I'm going to roll her willpower. Come on, Momo. Let's see how we're doing.
Oh, honey.
She got a 10. You can see the early stages of panic. I'll put it like that. You know what I mean? Because you kind of, Maeve, it's a good intention. You know what I mean? But you can see,
She's
you're
trying
like,
to think of every way that this could be going backwards.
yeah, and you can see the panic on her face. But she's keeping it together. You can see it. She's restraining herself and breathing and all that. But I mean, Maeve, you witness it. She nearly has one because she only got one success. So you nearly see her kind of go overboard and develop into a full-blown panic attack. Because she's just thinking so fucking hard about all the ways this is going to go wrong. But she regains herself very slowly. It all happens in the space of like 3 minutes.
She doesn't even, you know what? During that period where she's getting herself back together, there's a worried glance here and there, but she does her best to just kind of not even look at her and give her the chance to collect herself without feeling like she's being watched.
I put it like this. Murren is very lucky to pass. She was at a difficulty 8 because you were in the room. She got 110.
Oh, honey.
She is nervous, but she nods and it. Oh, Maeve. She doesn't speak. It's a nod. You know what I mean? It's a shaky little nod.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and go. But thank you for giving me the chance. Okay? She just gently, puts her little plate down and, it's one of those things where it's like you're working with a frightened animal. She's just going to try to carefully, gingerly go ahead and, kind of head for the door, but give Morin plenty of fucking breathing space in the process.
Oh yeah. No, she let you go. She ain't gonna get near you.
Yeah, I mean, literally, this is careful enough that if Morin wants to scramble or kind of move to the other side of the room,
I feel like his Katie. She doesn't move.
Oh, honey.
Freezes in place.
Yeah, Maeve will gently let herself out, and we'll gently close the door behind her to reignite some sense of privacy.
You hear the music go way up.
Yeah, just take a second and breathe, and
yeah, you hear it rocket up.
Yep. And she will go ahead and head downstairs. And make sure she says goodbye to her mom because Elena.
Her mom is Katie. She's like, oh, thank Great. Like I'll put it like this: it is the sweet, like be sure to stop by, and I like the happiness on her face.
Aw, yeah, it's a lot of smiling and a lot of little happy back and forth stuff. But she'll say, essentially, thank you for letting me in, thank you for giving me the chance to do this, and tea was lovely, thank you so much, but I really should be going, and just very politely but very happily disengages because I mean, at least one of them seems happy for it.
Oh, her mom is delighted.
Whew. Yeah, she'll get her shoes. And, eventually, glad hand her way out. Just, whew.
How you doing, Maeve?
That was hard.
How was Maeve feeling after coming out?
I mean, she'll do a glance around first to make sure no one's, like, fucking studying her, but...
Nah. People are coming in and out, and like it's at the late evening where people kind of just go home. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to be standing there going, "Hey, what are you doing?" No.
Yeah, the only
Not a
people
week.
who are out and around this late are people who are going to the pub.
Or coming back from like late shifts of work. People like it's not the weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's she'll come out and kind of trail down the front steps, and be rubbing the back of her head just because, whew, she hopes she did something good. She's not sure, but man, that was rough. Yeah, she's a little shook up just because, damn. Just fucking damn. Whew. Like, it's one of those things where she gets out and there's like the pause in front of the house to just kind of like, okay, that all happened, and that was, whew, that was something. But she'll go ahead and probably start moving down the street without thinking, even just kind of wherever it takes her feet. Just trying to parse everything, really, and trying to decide if she did any harm in the process.
Where you going, Maeve? I know there's a certain other house you wanted to visit.
You know what? Her feet just might take her there.
Let me just darken the image a bit for you.
Yeah, it's one of those things where she's kind of autopiloting down the street, and then, sees the familiar mailbox.
That's pretty much
taken her before, and
yeah, it's pretty much what it looks like in the evening. It's a beautiful little cottage.
It really is.
And it's got a lovely view of the sea. It's right near the beach, like right down the beach lane.
Okay, let's do one more. Let's do it. She'll turn down the little path to the door. Again, it's just kind of the polite knock.
Let me get the minx herself.
Oh my god.
You hear like a couple of minutes I'll put it like this. You hear pitter patter of feet. You know what I mean? The door opens and her hair is soaking wet. And she's wiping it with a towel. Like she looks like she's just thrown on clothes. You know what I mean? Hi, hey, with the most confused look on her face.
Oh, I am really sorry for my timing.
It's absolutely fine.
I just wanted to come by and check on you.
Check on me?
Hmm?
Why, something happened?
No, not like anything new and insane, but I thought I'd come by and I don't know, it just seems like you've got a lot more questions than answers going on, and I thought maybe I could help.
Okay. She kind of gives the most confused little stare, but she's like, all right. Kind of, leaves the door open so you can close it behind you when she's walking down the hallway.
Yeah, it's the same thing. The step in on the mat, kick off your shoes, and then, gingerly shut the door behind her.
She's just walking her bare feet. She's dripping wet. Like leaves little wet footprints on the ground.
Of course she is. This place is completely haunted with water spirits. And maybe this is why. Maybe it's just because this woman is perpetually damp. Jesus.
I mean, she did mention she works by the sea.
She has? I don't think Maeve has seen her with dry hair once.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's one of those things where she's like, you know what? I'm not even mad. I'm not even surprised anymore. This is just her perpetual state of dampness, clearly. I don't know. Of course they follow her. And she works with the sea. Probably follow her home and ride in her fucking hair all the time. Jesus.
I'll put it like this. It does look like she might have stepped out of the shower, but you're not sure. She does have that lovely sweet smell of seawater though. That really rich. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things where I don't think Maeve would even catch the inconsistency of the smell of seawater compared to the fact that she's got damp hair and thrown on clothes like it came out of the shower. She just face valuing it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she'll follow her in. Little main room, whatever have you, living room.
Oh yeah, it's cozy.
It is cozy. And she's been in here before, so she doesn't feel nearly as awkward finding a seat and everything. Just doomp. Whew. So yeah, he kind of glances around. Is she like in the room with her? Is she like frantically going to make tea? Aggressive tea making?
Oh no, she kind of just plumps down. There is I'll put it like this. There is soup on the table.
Oh,
It is French onion.
I'm not gonna lie. If she actually offers it, Maeve will happily take it.
Yeah. I had made some for Seamus, but he's said he would be on the late patrols or something. So
I'm not gonna lie. Even I can't keep up with everything he gets up to.
I mean, he said
on a shrug.
He said he was doing something late night. You know, the late night runs or something. It kind of gives you a look like, is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, you get the look back, and it's the most weirdly honest thing because Maeve's like, you know what? Probably that sounds like.
I mean,
sense.
it sounds like the late night patrols at the gate. Yeah, that's a thing.
It could
That's
be
totally
a late night
a fucking
patrol at
thing.
the gate. It could be him doing some raggy shit. She doesn't know, but it sounds like that makes sense. Maeve is
Like
happy
late
enough.
night, like late night patrol. That sounds like the gate, like one of the gate runs. You know what I mean? Easy.
So yeah, there's the like, yeah, it's a thing. Yeah.
She just nods. I mean, she seems to accept it. She's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, just so I saw you at the fair and all, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's just a quirk of a smile. She doesn't try to make it weird. And as weird as it sounds, back before I came here, I even once I, she kind of air quotes graduated, I helped my dead father when new people came and helped teach them, kind of the basics. And I thought, if you're pretty new and you came from outside, maybe it would help if someone just sat down and answered the questions everyone has and taught you some of the basic stuff about how we work and what we're doing so that you kind of feel more comfortable out there.
Did Seamus send you?
No.
Kind of gives a tilt of the head because this feels like one of the things that yeah, this feels like you're getting your buddy to cover up something. You kind of does a little teasing smile.
There's a grin. I can see it, but no, not.
I mean, I already had what's his name, Sean.
Hmm?
I already had him trying to talk to me. So is something wrong?
No, you just.
Because that's two of you. She goes to kind of look earnest, like, but that's two of you now. What is?
I mean, I don't know how much Seamus explained it, but we're a pack. We're kind of like a family.
He didn't explain any of it.
Okay, so lots of.
You said you're his friends.
We're his pack. We're kind of like family.
Okay. So you're like his cousin.
Kind of. We're all kind of bound up together and we look after each other. And well, you looked kind of uncomfortable and confused when you were at the fair, and this is something I know how to do, so I thought I would come and offer. I mean,
I'm
his
all right. I'm fine. I don't go to the set, so.
Well, true. But do you have any questions? Wouldn't you feel any better understanding a little bit more about things like why Sean gets kind of wiggy? And
I mean, he just struck me as an odd type of guy. Socially awkward.
he's
I've met people like him before, so it's not new.
Sean's what we call an Arun. They're kind of like essentially the warriors. Like, we all fight.
So he's a big troll then. Smiles.
Yeah, pretty much. She just kind of grins because she likes the metaphor, because it's totally a metaphor.
Yeah, it's just like, now I get you.
So,
You know what I mean?
he's the big warrior guy, and sometimes he will, if he ever seems like he's freaking out, how we
I mean,
do
if
a lot of-
anything, he just looked like he didn't know how to talk to me.
yeah,
Is that a common thing for them?
I mean, Sean is especially awkward sometimes. He's not much of a talker.
He she kind of looks at you like, are you sure?
Some people he's comfortable with and he talks to, but kind of across the board, not so much. So,
Well, he mentioned that something happened to Seamus.
the scar?
Yes. I'll put it like that. She rips the cloth that she's using and just with this. Yes.
He should be fine. We heal almost everything, but
Well,
sometimes.
considering he hasn't told me about it yet.
Oh. Yeah, that stalls her up. Just kind of the wait, what?
So far, I have now learned from Sean, and now I'm learning from you.
I can't see why you wouldn't. They're kind of considered a mark of pride. It means you've
Mark of pride?
think of every old warrior culture you've ever heard of where surviving something incredibly dangerous is celebrated.
Right. Well, that's good for him. Whew. Do you know what I mean? Whew.
Oh boy, she is from way outside the nation. This poor
Or it's like, well, that's good for him. You know, maybe if he had told me about it, I'd be more, you know, that's the look she gives.
Oh.
I'd be more sympathetic if you'd have fucking told me.
Oh, I honestly don't know why he wouldn't have.
Seamus is very protective. I think because I'm so new, I think he worries. And considering the circumstances, I was introduced and became understanding of the world. And she just gesture around, you know what I mean? Very violently. So
Oh,
I think he's very apprehensive of dipping my head in too fast.
sorry that happened. But if you
I'm noticing it's a common trend for my kind. She kind of looks at Maeve like, yeah.
it can be.
And she nods.
I didn't know about any of this until I became it, so it's not that uncommon. But
He said to me that it happens to my kind because they go for us because of what we are.
and just out of curiosity, I assume she doesn't have some sort of trait that gives her pure breed.
No.
Okay.
No.
So Maeve gives her kind of a, that little tilting, thoughtful look for, just a moment. And then she kind of nods. It can and does happen, though there are markers that can make it easy to see people who are related to us. And thankfully, you don't seem to have them, or if you do, it's not very strong.
I
So
believe
it
that.
should
I put it
be-
like this, maybe it could be just super low pure breed.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be a large threat for you or anything you need to worry too much about.
That's good.
It's just a little smile.
So, I saw you with James. Not. What do you think?
I think he is very, very good at playing the violin. He must have been playing his entire life, but there's like the sheepish look for a second. Like, there's that glance over, like, are we being girls right now? Is this happening?
Layla like puts down her mug and leans over. Seamus won't know.
He's kind of dangerously charming, isn't he? Kind of,
Yeah.
it's like a little bit of the pink, like, oh,
He
that,
likes to think,
that was a ride.
he likes to think so, yes.
Nice to think so. The kissy doesn't put the charm on you.
I've learned better. She smiles.
I clearly have not.
My mother always said if a man comes out at you playing a fiddle like that, run.
Run? You look like what?
Run into the sea and never look back.
I suppose that is a borderline most men won't chase you across.
Exactly. Gives this little charming little smile.
I think that's just the nod. Like, that's fucking solid. I'm not even mad.
To move over to sit down beside Maeve, you know. Like, you notice what's odd for Maeve is Layla always seems so apprehensive of everybody, but with you, and you would have noticed Seamus, she seems it's easier to be near you.
Yeah. Well, she just assumes, because I mean, she started kind of seeming maybe a little suspicious, a little like, am I getting ganged up on? What's happening here? And clearly, Maeve has just reassured her so well that she's comfortable now. Such low banality.
Oh my god! Even Layla's like, fuck. Even Layla's like, shit, that's low banality. Ooh. Mm. Mm.
I think it's literally lower than the Rakabash Cat. It's fucking
Yeah.
insane. So yeah, she's just like, oh, we're comfortable now. Awesome.
It's Theurge, then Raggy.
So yeah, she's just, I mean, Maeve's not thinking anything weird of it. It's like, oh, cool, we're comfortable now. This is awesome. So yeah, the pink tinge starts to fade a little bit. And she just, the whole run into the sea and never look back. She's like, you know what? I'm not even mad. That's pretty solid.
Yeah. Worked, you know.
You know what? I believe you.
Yes, I got on the sea and went to Wales.
I went to Wales?
Mm-hmm. On the west coast.
What's it like over there?
Shit.
She just starts laughing. She doesn't know what she expected, but it wasn't that. She's like, scenic and beautiful. Oh.
Water was all groggy and murky and
Oh.
so many sheep. Ugh.
Sheep,
Yeah,
they
but
were really charming in photos, but once you can start smelling them, some of
Yeah,
the charm goes.
Exactly. So,
Hmm.
but
Scrunchy face.
I'll give you some advice on James. I've bumped into him a few times now.
Okay.
Just make sure that you the only thing I can advise Maeve is remember, if this is what you are wanting, don't let the bluster run away with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I can't guarantee I will follow it very well, but I will try.
I mean, in the sense that don't let your heart outrun your head.
Quirk of a smile.
And I take it your other friends seem to interest. Well, I don't need to tell you who she interested, really, do I?
Oh, Shayna.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she'll be out there again. It's just a head rub, like, whew.
Oh,
She's really new.
not.
She hasn't found a group like we have. She doesn't have a pack. And she has said some insanely regrettable things.
Well, that's a shame. I'm glad that I keep away from all that.
It was pretty rough.
You'll hear some footsteps upstairs, Maeve. Little pitter patters.
There's a curious glance.
Oh, Layla will look up. Yeah, I did forget to mention I had company.
Oh,
And down the stairs comes.
oh, hello.
She leans in.
Jesus.
Hello.
Just a little wave, like, oh hey.
Hi. No. No, she's not that much of a fucking creep.
She's not that obvious, but in her fucking purview, that is exactly what's happening.
In her
Babe,
purview, she's already
like,
sucking
alright.
the fucking air. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, such low banality.
Yeah, it's just an innocent enough little wave, like, oh hey. Good to see you again.
Is this your dashing compatriot, Layla? Layla just gives her the bitch. Do you know what I mean? No, my compatriot is a male. Oh. And who might you be?
Oh, she actually does the little hop up thing. Politely, the little introductions. Is she actually coming properly into the room at all?
Oh, yeah. Just slides in.
She'll pop up to offer the hand. Maeve MacFion.
Maeve MacFionn. I remember you. You were the little poppet that James was so fond of.
I suppose so. Awkward grin, like, yeah, that's accurate. Shit.
My, you are such a beauty.
You're being too kind.
I know. She gives a little wink. Wank.
Wank. Yeah, I mean, after the little handshake and all, I will go ahead and sit back down, figuring she will sit with them.
Oh, yeah.
One on each
Slither.
side. Oh, Jesus.
No, Layla's all genial and happy. This woman slithers. So, now that it's just us girls, then I take it. I was hoping to meet your man, Layla, but I think I've met someone far more interesting.
And out of curiosity, they were on the hashtag safe side of the Pogue Fair, weren't they?
They were.
So she has every reason to assume this girl is kinfolk.
No reason. They were on the safe side.
Yeah, exactly.
They were right on the safe side.
Yeah,
With James, who definitely has pure breed.
Yeah, he has pure breed. Layla's clearly a kinfolk, so ergo,
There you
Julia's
go. This must be.
obviously a kinfolk.
Yeah, must be.
So yeah, I hope I didn't interrupt. Like glancing between them, whatever.
Oh no, I was just coming off work with Layla. She does love working by the season since I have to do a lot of these boring reports on various things. To get an exclusive interview of the documentary of the sea lions of Galway Bay. Layla's like, I actually find them quite interesting. I know you do, Layla.
Yes, I think they're gorgeous. Yeah, throws a little smile. Because let's face it, she's still got the charm of like seals, fucking tourist.
Meanwhile, Sean triggers somewhere violently. He doesn't know why.
Yeah.
But you just link over and Maeve. What do you do?
Oh. I'm a sage.
Ah, it's cute.
Sorry, Bob just snuck out of the room to fucking growl about seals at me.
And Layla will be like, I'll be right back. And she goes to, like, you can see she's just refilling something. I mean, this woman just leans over. So, Maeve, I hear you're going to one of James's parties.
Yeah, I did get invited. I just need to figure out. I suppose, yeah, I'm going. Because it's one of those things where she's like, how am I going to get them? I mean, I could always just walk, and I mean, he told me when, so yeah. So you're kind of puzzling it out in real time. So finally, the model.
Well, I look forward to seeing you there. I hear this one's going to be absolutely extravagant.
Really?
Mm.
How extravagant do they get? Do I need to worry
More.
about my dress?
Oh, no. Darling. It is more they go wilder. You pick a theme and you express it.
What's the theme?
This team today is Shakespeare.
It's that whole, she says today, and Maeve's like, oh shit,
No, it's not today, but
Oh.
you know, today is in.
this time.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, my darling, would you be the beautiful Ophelia drowning herself in the waters of her own sorrow? Would you be beautiful maiden Juliet? Like, I mean, she touches your face.
we've escalated.
Her hand is warm. And, oh, Jesus, man. That woman is...
I'm not gonna lie, Maeve has gotten used to the fact that, like, Maeve is a very tactile person. She likes touching and being touched for the most part. So it's not gonna wig her out as much as it would with your average person. But it's still like, oh, I did not realize we were this cool. But okay, fuck it.
Would you allow yourself and your heart to be stolen away in the very night?
I've always gotten the impression hearts are a little harder to steal than that.
Oh, it depends on the heart. Layla pops in. Pops her head in. Yeah, the heart is usually much more valuable, isn't it? You just hear, the pcha. You know what I mean?
There's like the glance, like I'm missing subtext. I know I'm missing something.
But, darlings, I must go. I was here to get changed after that. Such an unpleasant little trip we had, Layla. Well, you wanted to go and do the reports on the sea lions by the coast. She looks at Maeve with this little playful wink. Duty calls. I must do some editing. But it was lovely to see you again.
It's lovely to see you too.
I'll make sure that you get in.
Thank you.
And she does the little French, like, bam, bam. So
She-
fancy.
She will let it happen. Okay.
And, she exits, but she gives you one last lingering, like...
Yeah. She gives the lingering look, and Maeve's just like, oh, Jesus.
Don't mind her. She loves being a diva.
She seems to be very intense when she wants to be.
She loves getting a reaction out of people. She's a sweetheart, really.
It's all right. Just, wow.
I mean, Seamus helped me get a job here with the maritime thing part-time, and she was one of the first people I met, and she's been really nice. Really inclusive.
Oh, good.
I'm a bit nervous of letting Seamus know about these parties.
Do you go?
I've gone to one.
I mean,
And they're a bit wild.
would it be better or worse if he thought that me being there with you would make the difference? I mean, someone,
I think he would get jealous.
there's like the what?
They get wild, mate.
That while?
Depends, yeah. I don't typically jump in. I'm not for that. I don't believe in throwing it away.
There's like
Ruins the romance.
a little flush of like, oh, that wild, you say?
I mean, you don't have to partake in it. I sit there and I enjoy the drinks and I enjoy the company.
Well, if you're not doing anything that merits being jealous of, if you're
It's
having drinks
more,
and being around friends.
we both love going off and doing wild things, but this is a wild party that I have not told him about. Mainly it's a form of punishment that he didn't tell me about his battle scar. Those are
Well-
looks are nails.
There's the whole like, well, that is surprisingly fair, really, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. So, as much as I would love to sit here for hours learning about the nation, I think it's much better that I just be an absolute bitch and punish him for not telling me.
You could.
Oh no, I am.
Can I give you one, like, hold up the finger, like just one little tip that might help?
Sure.
People like Sean that tell you there are runes. They tend to have a really quick temper if you hit the right button.
Right, so now I have to tiptoe around people who are
Oh.
going to be telling me that my boyfriend has been critically wounded and I don't know anything and I've been dragged away from my home.
No, I'm not saying tiptoe. I'm just saying if they ever seem to kind of get twitchy or weird, just you don't have to
Run.
feel bad about getting, basically giving them space. They're
Cool.
not going to think anything of it.
I will promptly leave then every time he even looks at me funny. She's just kind of like, oh, great.
You should be fine. Just, it's good to know which people are the,
Well,
it's hard for them.
I will keep that in mind when anyone stops by. But I'm deliberately staying on the outside because of these reasons.
That's fair. It just, I guess, let me know if and when you want to understand more. I hate the idea that you're kind of stuck on the outside.
It's where I like to be.
Okay.
I choose my safety and I keep it very guarded.
Of course.
And the last time I let things get too close, we all saw what happened that night. So maybe I'm just being healthily cautious, although I would appreciate if he did tell me that he was hurt every now and again. So I wouldn't have a proverbial freak out and piss off something that can rip me asunder in, I don't know, seconds probably.
He never would have let it happen.
You know what I mean? It would have been nice to be a little bit prepared for that. So if maybe you could help me with that front.
I don't want to take away your chance to say what you need to say.
No, maybe you could prompt him to actually come and talk to me.
I will.
Thank you. Now, I don't mean to be rude. I was
No.
kind of wanting to get some sleep.
Sorry. sorry. No problem.
It's fine. No, it's fine. You know what I mean? She gives you a genuine, like, it's fine. You know, it's just, I'll put it like this. She tried to entertain it. You can just see she's tired. She looks tired. She looks exhausted.
It's no problem at all.
Like, you see the bags under the eyes.
Oh, honey.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's just very quickly, it's no problem at all. Thank you for having me in.
No, it's no problem. I wasn't going to not turn you away. So
All right. Then I will put myself together and I guess head back. Kind of rubs her hair like, huh.
I'll see you soon.
Mhm.
Yeah, she leads you out and lets you, does all your shit. But then she's a good hostess. It's just like, you can tell she's tired.
She tired. I'll bay.
And would you like to end it there, Maeve Butt?
Yes, it's Maeve walks herself home.
Nya-nya-nya.
Nya-nya. The end.